Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another series review. I just watched Westworld and the episode was called Dissonance Theory. And everything is becoming more and more convoluted. Maeve starts remembering figures that were standing over her, and she actually tells one of the desperados she was shot, and she begs him to actually stab her, and of course you think that he's going to go through with it, but he says, no, I can't stab a defenseless woman. And I love the conversations that Dolores has with Bernard, and I think Elsie is in on his little scheme as well, because I think that they don't care for what's really going on, and it seems like she said, he's got another agenda and she's keeping him in the dark. He's keeping her in the dark, and the whole plan for Westworld in and of itself is definitely more complex than what we originally thought, especially with the creator. And then you hear about Arnold again, and Arnold was the original founder of Westworld, and apparently there were other narratives that had been written for the AI, and it seems like there was one written for Dolores, and she was recalling something about love, and she responded to Bernard in such a way that kind of made him reconsider, I think. And it was just so fascinating. I was completely transfixed. Some of the things that they breached in this program are just, I've seen it done before, like with Ghost in the Shell and things like The Matrix, and it's that whole heady concept of freedom, and I mean being truly free, and being free but with limitations. And I think as human beings we can understand that, well, this is what I believe. I will be truly free when I see my Creator. But I know that this world is not my home. But it's just that whole idea of the natives, the savages as they call them, they have what look like astronauts. And I was thinking, when Maeve actually saw one of the Native American children with it looked like a kachinka. I'm going to say kachinka. Had a kachinka in his hand, and she asked him, well, what is this? And of course, little boy didn't respond. I think it was a little girl. She didn't respond. And it was also another scene that was similar to that, was when Dolores was led on a bounty hunt with two of the park guests, and one of them is just trying to get his friend to come out of his shell, and of course he's just absolutely a pig, and he's a chauvinist, and he's not a very likable character, but he just shows the degradation of humanity in and of itself, just that whole idea of anarchy and anything goes. But interestingly enough, there is another party of clientele. They're just having a good old time going through Westworld, and they are just shooting everything. I mean, there's a reason why they're doing it, but one of them says, okay, jam their weapons and limit their accessibility, and then all of a sudden their weapons don't work, and you hear one of them say, oh crap. Of course, I've cleaned that up. But it's just, there's so many things in this show that just knock me for a loop. It blows my socks right off my body. And it's that whole idea, the philosophy of it, the ethical and moral questions, the existentialism that it breeds, and this all the questions that mankind has been asking himself since time immemorial. It's one of those pivotal sorts of questions that I think we all have as human beings. What is my purpose? Why am I here? What were we created for? And that's the whole idea of the Turing test, I think, in previous episodes, like with what Bernard said. And then he said something that was revolutionary too, about, he said, I know they seem human, but they're really not. It's programming, it's zeros and ones. And I'm going to mention an episode here of Through the Wormhole, and there was a woman who had implanted her consciousness, or was trying to, and make another version of herself in AI form. I thought, ooh, I don't know how I feel about. I mean, I personally, when I've been here before, so you know, when I die, I'm more than happy to just say, okay, I'm glad that I lived my life to the best of my ability. But no, it's just, there's so many things that this show brings up for me, and it's just, it's incredible. And this episode ended on a lady or tiger. It left it up in the air. And of course, our main villain was back, and he set a charge. I thought, why did they authorize pyrotechnic effect? And I'm thinking that maybe he has stake to claim. So maybe he's got a lot. I'm thinking that maybe he's the kind of client that has a lot of money to throw around. Maybe the hosts know him personally. I don't know. I have a lot of theories about his particular character, but it seems like he has authority of some sort. And he's also after something. And Dolores sees something interesting too. She sees the map. And then there's something with the carvings again that's brought up, and I thought Orion. And then of course when Bernard's talking to Elsie about it, he says the host Arnold originally drew a sketch of Orion, but that's not the correct order of stars. Orion doesn't have an extra star in its constellation. And I thought, I don't know, that seems like sort of a lame answer, and like you're detracting from the real meat in this whole complex system that you have put together. You're diverting. Yeah, and I thought, yes, you're definitely trying to, weakly so, pull attention away from the fact that you have a larger plan with Westworld. And same thing with the host. The founder, the new founder. And it's just, what he said about Arnold preferring the company of the hosts was actually very disturbing. And I thought, ooh, this is like Aldous Huxley, this is like Asimov, this is like Orson Welles, this is akin to nightmares I've had. And I'm going to be one of those hipsters, and maybe I'm better off for this, but I'm going to be one of those hipsters. I don't trust everything that's technologically new or can supposedly improve my life. No, because Big Brother, and Big Brother's real, so wake up. 1984 is here. I know this for a fact, but I just don't trust it. I trust other people that I've gotten to know on a more common level, a more friendly level, and just at a sense where I connect with them with just the fact that we have things that are alike. We have traits that we hold. similarly. I mean, yeah, there's so many different angles, I should say, in this program. And this, my dear was absolutely correct in his assessment that Westworld is probably one of the best shows ever written for television, and I've always wanted to see something like this done, but it is a work of pure genius and art. And not only that, not only is it something that is actually entertaining to watch, but it's something that picks your brain while you do. It's intellectual, and it tackles a lot of the the less glamorous attributes of humanity, like the greed, the corruption, lust. All the seven deadly sins are all disseminated in very graphic form. I mean, especially with a lot of the prostitute scenes, and yeah, it's very intriguing. But it's just so it's absolutely fantastic, and I've loved every minute of it, and I cannot wait to see the next episode. I'm waiting with bated breath. I'm in suspenders, like one of my beloved friends used to say. It's just, whoa, outrageous. But I got something to look forward to, that's for sure. Till next time, live long, prosper. Ciao, Tootsie.